How do you walk by this every day? Clean this place! If it was a boob, you would have noticed it.
Oh, burn. What's up guys, it's your boy Alan again, back with another video, and today we're gonna watch another episode of Bar Rescue. But before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's go check this out.
Wow, huh?
Yeah.
Look at the olive pit sign, how it's small and underneath, rather than up above, so you can't even see it.
Dude, that doesn't even look like a bar. It looks more like a garage.
Terrible.
This is completely bizarre.
How comfortable do you feel walking through that door?
Not at all. I can't imagine the kind of people that go in a place like this.
Well, you know me and Yelp reports. This one is...
Not only is it dark, but there's no windows, so you can't even look inside. Most people wouldn't even suspect that's a bar.
Some college friends and I decided to go to a bar crawl last weekend. And the olive pit, I'd call it the trash pit. Dive bars don't have to be dirty. Dive bars are warm, they're intimate, they're cozy.
Yeah, dive bars don't have to be dirty, they just have to be approachable. This is like the opposite of approachable. It looks like a friggin' red flag. It's like, don't come here.
When I walk in, the place it looks like a dirty basement. Can I get check? Can I see a menu first?
We have a walking menu, is that okay?
A walking menu?
Our cook is our little walking menu.
How about you?
I don't know.
What the heck? Why don't they have any printed out menus? So they have to ask the kitchen staff what the food items are every day? Like, why not just explain to the bartenders every day in lineup during a pre-shift meeting on what the food items are for that day? And that's what we do in restaurants whenever we have specials or any alterations that are needed to be made on the printed menus.
I don't know what she has right now.
All right, well, I'll see the walking menu then.
Putting other orders on hold, Cook Julie comes out of the kitchen to act as waitress.
What do you guys have for the appetizers?
So the back of the house is also the front of the house. She's also the waitress. So what if you're explaining like the whole menu and you have like something that's being burnt while you're explaining the menu to a guest?
Don't do a lot of appetizers. I do burgers.
I'll just take a regular burger.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
I ordered before these guys and I have to leave in like a half hour.
While Julie continues to waitress rather than cook, her food orders pile up in the kitchen.
It took so long to get a burger. I stopped counting after about 40 minutes.
Yeah, like how do you do time management when you're the waitress and you're also the expo? She just had some onion ring just laying there above the fryer. When she comes back to the kitchen, is she gonna remember if those are properly cooked or how long they were sitting there for? Why aren't the bartenders taking the food orders?
Who's the manager? Take your pick. We got Tim, who thinks he's the manager. He actually is the owner. And then we got Tracy in the black over there.
Have you been drinking?
What?
Have you been drinking?
Of course he's been drinking. He's drinking right now.
Yay!
So the kitchen staff is also running the food. So you have one person behind the kitchen who's the chef, the expo, the food runner, and the waitress. Like she's taking on multiple roles and she's just working there by herself.
Whoa.
Is it nasty?
Dude, I've mentioned this many times that the bar staff cannot talk trash about the kitchen's food. That's not a way to approach somebody who seems like they have a problem with their food.
This bar is terrible. It's filthy.
Why are there so many holes on the walls? Like why do you have bits of the wall like just sitting on the rail like that?
Now, this bar's 50 years old, right, Tim? 50 years old this year. Why'd you let it go downhill so far? The economy and every bar that's failing in America has excuses. The economy. The competitor. Are there bars in this town that are making money? Sure. So that's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, these are just excuses. I mean, you can already tell off the bat it's poorly run. None of the bar staff or none of the front of the house staff knows what's on the menu. So how do you expect the back of the house to be the one responsible for pushing the food orders? Like, you just created a barrier that doesn't exist anywhere else. Yeah, you're denying the kitchen from generating sales that could benefit your revenue. Like, why bother even having a kitchen?
You know, I've been in the bar business for 22 years and I've never had anybody talk to me that way before. I didn't work. Anything I've done did not work.
Is he full of or is he real?
I think he believes that. I try to manage and I kind of get overruled by my father. I don't think he thinks I can run this bar.
So her issue is that there's obviously a familiar relationship between the owner and the manager. And we've seen this before. And while it can work, it generally doesn't, especially because it looks like the daughter here is being forced into this managerial role that, you know, she also doesn't have experience in doing. And she's probably looks like she's only here just to babysit her father from his drinking. And yeah, how do you expect your daughter to be the manager if you keep overriding what she wants to be done or what she believes needs to be done at the bar?
Obviously, he's not laying awake at night, freaking out over
about
that.
this.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I am laying awake at night. This is what will be left to me. What he's leaving me now, we could lose it all. So it's tough. I think my dad needs to come to reality and let me.
He's the owner, and he earlier said that they have like 2 to 3 months left, and he just has given up. He doesn't care. He's just drinking the supply. And yeah, the daughter is the one that's gonna inherit the debt.
Me run this bar the way it should be.
Absolutely not.
Why?
I need something to do, and I don't want to sit home all day.
So your motivation is a social club.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not your... If you want a social club, just build a bar in your own basement. Don't drag your whole family into this.
Do you drink when you're here?
Yes.
That's a mess, man. That's not going to work.
That's the name of the
You want
game.
a social club? We'll bring the booze to your house. I'll put a nice sound system in your living room. Party all night. This is...
That's what I thought too. It was like, it would be cheaper just to make your own basement bar or a tiki bar in the backyard. Don't make this into a financial mess that's, you know, your daughter's gonna pay for.
John has called the staff together after reviewing some disturbing footage from the surveillance cameras.
I don't like anybody touching me. No customers, nobody.
Dude, this is like super illegal, and he's doing this in public with no shame. This is basically textbook sexual harassment. I'm surprised none of his staff has sued him yet.
I stay here because I know that there's potential at this bar, but I can't even really count on my hands how many times I've seen him just come up and start grabbing on us.
And then you do nothing?
Well, I'm supposed to do something, and
I didn't ask what you're supposed to do. Do you do something?
I guess I don't do enough.
It's your fault too, isn't it?
Dude, his whole staff is obviously been affected by this, and it doesn't help that the daughter is also enabling this too.
I'm gonna open this. Okay, one of the first things I noticed is there's glass broken down there in the bottom.
And his beer bottle sitting on that.
Dude, that is not okay. You can't... The fact that there's broken glass in there means that some people have broken the glass and have kept their mouths shut. And yeah, and the bottles that are served to the customers are making direct contact on that glass that's broken. The most dangerous glass shards are the ones that you can't see, the one that can be small as like a grain of sand. And you give that to a customer, and they pick up the bottle, and then they slice their hand, and they're like, what is this? Or even worse, this small piece of glass gets inside the beer itself, and the guest consumes it.
Take a look on this side as well. You can see the mold that has already started to grow on the inside.
Yeah.
That's mold.
This is what's on the...
Oh... Yeah, you can't have cardboard and moisture together. But also, like, why are there coasters inside that?
Let's move along.
Okay, so this is how you store your glasses.
Oh! What happened to the mat? It looks like it's just disintegrated, or it like merged onto the tabletop.
What is that?
It's a Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid.
Oh! Band-Aids along with the clean, supposedly clean glassware? How does that happen? How do you lose a Band-Aid on where the clean glassware is? And this bar rescue team, they just got here. It's like not that hard to spot.
How do you walk by this every day? Clean this place! If it was a boob, you would have noticed it.
Oh! Burn.
All right, why don't you lead me in there? You can show me where everything is, where all your labels are.
I haven't anything labeled.
You don't have anything labeled.
Velcro. Dude, Velcro is meant for clothing. It's not meant to keep a door shut.
So where is all of our ground beef and our meats and all that stuff?
I only have the ground beef. It isn't opened.
Okay.
This is a very strange walk-in. It should be lined with like metal or stainless steel, but it looks like this cooler is all made of wood, which is gonna, when it gets a lot of moisture retained in, can house mold.
Do you guys know where the ground beef is?
Above the lemons.
Nobody notices that it falls on top of the lemons.
Raw meat on top of the lemons. So whenever you store food, you want to have a hierarchy on the different types of food that you store height-wise. You want the cooked food to be on top and the raw meats and foods on the bottom, so the raw food on top won't cross-contaminate the cooked food that's on the bottom. So yeah, like now you have raw meat juices dripping on top of the limes, which of course you don't cook. So you risk them of getting like food poisoning like salmonella over a whiskey sour because the lemons got contaminated with this raw meat juice.
What's going on up here?
Looks like it hasn't been cleaned in 10 years.
How long have you worked here?
About 4.
About 4. Okay, so 4 of those years are now your fault.
Dude, this is a fire hazard. That's caked up grease. 4 years without cleaning. It's probably more because it was probably neglected before that as well.
I'm gonna have each one of you make me a Long Island. Hi.
Hello.
Now, I am wondering, why are we using this glass? Is this...
Yeah, that's a beer glass.
Things aren't done the way they should be.
Right now, all I'm tasting is alcohol.
We always pour drinks very strong like that. I've brought up to the attention of Tim quite a few times, but Tim don't care.
Yeah, you're just wasting money. You're making drinks way too strong that only get sent back.
I just got exceptionally angry again. She's got to leave the kitchen to go out to the bar. I can't blame her for having an hour-and-a-half long check time. How long has this been going on?
Since day 1.
I didn't know this was happening.
And for 4 years, you didn't know.
That's correct.
How do you not know this? It's right in front. Like the bartenders are casually saying, "Oh, the chef will take your order." It's visible that she's running the food herself. I mean, not that this is an excuse, but the owner is always drunk, so he's probably not paying attention. But the manager, who is sober, should be noticing these things. Like, why is the kitchen staff coming out to the front of the house so much? That you're seeing her taking the orders, you're seeing her explaining the menu, so every question that they have means that there's somebody who's not present in the kitchen. So how are you gonna multitask so much food orders when you are also the waitress? Like, it's not physically possible to be in 2 places at once. And how did nobody notice this? Like, she's clearly going in and out of the kitchen.
Stop making excuses. You guys are literally backing each other's bull up. Hey, who takes orders here? Who takes orders for food?
Julie, yes.
5 bartenders just told me that the cook in the kitchen takes orders. That's your job. Julie's never taking an order again. Do you understand that?
Dude, I feel sorry for her. She's dealt with this for 4 years.
And what this company does is they come in here and they weigh every liquor bottle, and then they compare it against the drinks that you actually sold. On Saturday, you guys gave away in one day $310 worth of liquor.
Jeez. $310. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if most of that was, consumed by the owner himself.
On Sunday, you guys gave away $737 of liquor.
So on a slower night, they gave away even more drinks.
Who worked Saturday night? Okay. Who worked on Sunday night? I would fire her in 30 seconds.
I stand behind these employees. I'm not going to go and fire somebody that I don't believe should be fired.
So she's, as the manager, she's defending them. These 2 nights, slow nights, they just gave away over like $1,000 worth of booze. And the manager is defending them?
They are pouring drinks in beer mugs. Do you think you're supposed to use beer mugs?
But it's happening,
but
and we haven't said
it's been
anything
happening.
about it. The person I would fire is my father because he just allows it. He doesn't do anything about it.
That's true. I mean, he's the one that's forcing them to overpour. For all I know, it probably wasn't even any of the bartenders' fault because the owner's the one that's forcing them to overpour.
We've put together our training menus. This means no more walking menu. You happy, Julie?
I'm stoked.
What we're doing is we've got you simple.
Yeah, how hard is it to print out menus? I don't think the menu was changing every day. It's such an easy fix that should have been done earlier.
5 turkey all day.
That's turkey. I'm already freaking out.
Tim steps in to help out.
Can you hand him that roast beef, please? In here.
Hey?
And hand that to him, please.
Order in, Jules.
Hand that to
This
him.
to him?
Hand that to...
Hurry up.
Hand that to Brian.
3 sandwiches, bud.
Dude, this guy is supposed to have 22 years experience in the bar. He can't even he doesn't even understand how to run food to the friggin' expo station.
As Julie feels the heat in the kitchen, the bartenders start to struggle with their new role as waitresses.
You just gave me 3 checks at one time. That's called stacking tables. Okay? We don't do that.
Stacking.
Yeah, stacking, you should never stack table orders. So they're using the pen and paper method, but even if you have a computer, you never want to do that. Not just for food orders, but also drink orders. You gotta take the order from one table, ring in the drinks, bring in the food, and then take the next table, because you don't want the bartenders and the kitchen to be backed up, because it's all going to affect your tips. Because when the food and drinks come in late and at random times, your tips will suffer. So if you get busy, acknowledge your guests, tell them that you'll help them shortly, bring in the drinks and food, and then go back to the other guests.
I can't read your checks. You guys are writing all over the place.
The orders were written incorrectly. It was just a mess.
Yeah, that's another problem with these handwritten tickets, is that if your handwriting sucks, or it gets worse when you get rushed, you get bombarded with lots of orders, then the kitchen can't even read it. So what's the point of even sending it in? You're just sending more and more confusion into both sides. And guess what? A lot of times that I've seen this happen, sometimes the servers don't even remember what the order was because they can't even read their own handwriting.
How drunk is that guy? How drunk is he? Should he have been served?
What's going on?
How intoxicated is that guy? Should he be served right now?
No. Who's
Okay, take control. This is liability. The guy will kill himself tonight.
Yeah, if guests gets in trouble, like if they get into a DUI after being overserved, the police will go back and look what bars they've been to. Like, it is the bartenders and the venue's responsibility to not overserve the guests.
Let go of your drinks. Can you get out of the bar? Please leave.
You are under crack. What?
I need you to leave right now. I've been very kind to you. You need to get out of here. Get out of here now.
See, this is also another issue. It's not just a liability issue, but it's also a safety issue, especially when you have the guests become so belligerent and possibly violent, and they can't even be argued out with logic. And no matter how good of an argument for you to kick them out, they won't even listen.
Back in the kitchen, Chef Duffy has caught Julie up on her check times.
Why don't you do me a favor? Give me 2 more turkeys.
All right, I'm working on the roast.
Julie made more sandwiches, I think, than she's ever made in her life.
Yeah. She's so far probably the only person who's actually done better than she did before, because there's a system placed that's making her, that's helping her succeed. Whereas the bartenders and the front of the house staff are like suffering because this is the first time they've never been overwhelmed like this.
You guys ready to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yep, that's way more inviting. That old gray color makes it look like a warehouse.
When I turned around and I saw the OP, I thought, oh my God, what a great name. It's amazing.
Good time since 1962. You ready?
Yeah, it's good that they modernized the name without getting rid of its heritage.
Wow.
Dude, that looks so much more cleaner. The other place looks like some dilapidated shed. This actually has this like basement bar kind of feel, like where you're like inviting people over.
Oh, this is so cool. I think it's amazing. It really adds a touch of class to this place.
Those are not new pool tables. All we did was refelt them. We got rid of the blue felt and we did traditional felt.
That's pretty impressive. Like I thought they were brand new too.
Jewel, I think about what was happening here when we did our soft opening, and the chaos was unbelievable. No more. A great POS system.
Yeah, I highly recommend everyone getting a computerized POS because they might not be cheap, but the way that they make the service so much more smoother, it helps so much. Not only can you ring drinks, so the bartenders will make the drinks and the kitchen will also make the food, but because everything is typed in, you don't have to worry anything about handwriting. And you could also look at data to see what drinks or food items are selling very well or what's selling not so well. So you can also decide what item to add or remove off of your menus.
Before opening the bar, John checks in with Tim to see if he's finally made a decision about retirement.
As you know, the Ollie Pit's been here over 50 years. I've been proud to be the owner the last 10 years. I'm turning the reins of the bar over to my daughter, Tracy. I am going fishing. Tracy has some great manager skills that I don't have. She's ready to step in here and be a manager.
Welcome.
Yeah, you know, despite having no experience, like she actually did very, very well and she took like a lot of action. Hey, if you enjoyed that, don't forget to check out these other videos as well. And please leave in the comment section on what videos I should react to next. And if you haven't done so, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.